such software. And what the software does, it guides you whenever you perform Excel scan and tells you if you are on the visual axis. So system applies the algorithm and looking for double cornea for the front and the back of the lens with the good reflection, and the image has to be symmetrical on the screen. So as soon as you see that the vertical line is looking straight and it's perpendicular to horizontal lines, let me just show you example where we are more or less perfect, right? It tells you that this is the optimal scan. And please make sure whenever you perform such scan and you're looking for sulcus to sulcus measurement, you need to bring sulcus area at about 12 millimeters because it's our best focal point. So system will display the measured corneal thickness, ACD, lens thickness, angle to angle measurement, and sulcus to sulcus. So the vertical lines, no need for any adjustment, but the horizontal lines, just because it's a kind of transverse measurement, you will have to manually adjust. And doctors usually know where the sulcus is, so they can simply grab those crosses and adjust the sulcus to sulcus measurement. Keep in mind, if I play this video, if you are paying attention to the scan, and again, let me hide the eye tracking software. This patient is scheduled for ICL, right? So we're trying to understand the diameter of the lens, but at the same time, we're trying to evaluate the anterior segment of the eye, making sure there is no abnormalities. So if you look at this exam, right, the lens looks normal, the ACD looks normal, angle is pretty open, but there's one little thing in this specific exam which is not good. And when you scroll through, you will find ciliary body cyst. It's right here. And let me see if I can make it a little bit more clear. And here you go. I can adjust some brightness in order to show it up a little more. So ciliary body cyst blocking the sulcus area, meaning if haptics will come to this place, your lens will be shifted to the left. So UBM is very important tool for refractive surgeons because they need to make sure that if they implant any lens into sulcus, they need to make sure that there is no abnormalities. There is no ciliary body tumors, there is no ciliary body cysts or any other abnormalities. So with case like this, doctor has to change the clock in order to put the haptics and avoid the tumor tumor or cyst or the chain of cysts in such case. So it's one of the very good examples where UBM becomes handy. And I've been asked by some doctors, "Oh, how often do you see the ciliary body cyst?" I never have seen one. And usually doctor who never used UBM never have seen one. But doctors who using ultrasound by microscopy usually saying every second or third patient will have a ciliary body cyst. Those cysts are not harmful, but they could create a lot of issues when you implant the intraocular lens into the sulcus. So that's when it becomes a case. Also, it becomes a case when you are performing iridectomy and the ciliary body cyst is on its way and is blocking the hole after iridectomy. So keep in mind on that. Now we're going to briefly talk about the angle and angle analysis software, which is also unique and none of our competitors has such a feature, so which makes us very unique. So when we scan the angle, we always have an option to utilize just a standard angle tool, which allows us to make a linear angle measurement. This is what all our competition has. It's not unique. It's not the science. So it's very basic. I would call it very subjective angle analysis tool. Sonomed Escalon uh, have been working with a lot of universities in the United States and around the world, and received multiple requests to have an algorithm which allows you to create objective angle analysis, very similar angle analysis which some OCTs, $100,000 OCTs, having. So we did some studies years and years ago, and we came up with the angle analysis software where once you have image similar to this one, you apply angle analysis, and by choosing the blue cross, you find in your scleral spur, unit will apply algorithm and will repeat anatomical structures of the endothelium and the iris. So it will go and repeat the shape of it and provide you angle details in every single segment, which is 250, 500, 750, and 1000 microns. And the table below will show you not only the angle details, trabecular iris angle, which you see is very different, depends on where you are, right? It's not only one number, which linear angle can do, but it's 31, 27, 30, and 33. So you can see changes per segment. It also provides you the angle opening distance, trabecular iris space angle, and trabecular iris space area. So there are four parameters which you can track with our angle analysis software and see the changes of the angle itself depends on the segment. Let's say if it's a ciliary body cyst or a ciliary body tumor, which makes changes on your angle, most of the time angle will be closing at 250 or 500 microns, like in these two rings. But if, let's say, it's cataractus and your lens is growing and pushing the iris forward, the first two segments, which will start closing, will be 1000 and 750, right? So the iris will be pulling up in these segments and the angle will be changed. Also, this little diagram will show you the stage of your angle. The steeper the line, the more open the angle is. The flatter the line, the more narrow or more closed angle is. So it's very nice tool. And once you apply this algorithm, the image will be automatically saved in the system. And if you go to reports, you click on save changes, you will see this specific image on the report, and you can always set it as a frame. So that image will have everything which you have just seen on the software itself. So it will provide you image with the four rings, the table below with all the numbers, and the graph. So it is very nice tool if it's a glaucoma patient and comes for treatment twice in a year. You can always track and compare. So it is a truly great tool. So basically, we went over all the features of the Leo software. Again, it's applicable to vupad, Vumax HD, and the newest system which is called PACScan Plus Sphere. If you have any questions, please type them in the chat box and I will be happy to answer. If you don't have any questions right now, I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes and I will end this session. If you will have any additional questions later on, you can always email them to me or to Net, and we will be happy to answer those questions to you. I will type my email in the message box for everyone. So if you will have questions later on, feel free to email them to me. If you have any questions now, please type and I will be happy to answer. And it seems like there is no questions coming my way. Just want to give you a heads up that this session has been recorded. And if you need to revisit this session, or if you want to share this session with your colleagues, feel free to send request to us. Most likely this session will be available within the next 24 hours, and we'll send you a link if needed. So for now, if no one has any questions, I would like to thank you all for sparing your time, and hopefully this information will be helpful. If you have any suggestions or recommendations for the next webinar, feel free to reach out to me or to Tanet, and we will accommodate. Thank you.